All right, we were just mentioning Steve's which I had no idea, sourdough chef, and you might have to pop out in a couple minutes here.
Oh yeah, like 25 minutes or so. I'm on the second stage. So here, this is a picture of here. It's like I probably should
Wow,
stand
that
over
looks really
it.
legit.
Dude, and it's only like salt. Sorry, my camera's gonna get weird. Let me turn my cam off and on. So the nice part is like what you're actually putting in your body is just organic uh, flour, bread flour, salt, a little bit of avocado oil, and water.
And then isn't there like a I don't even know, like a probiotic component to
Yeah, yeah. So
sourdough as
that's kind
well?
of the whole. Yeah, for sure. So you have a starter, which basically is that kind of probiotic
Right?
type
Yeah,
of
yeah.
item. So it's a bacteria, natural yeast from the air, comes into your flour. You buy a starter because it's already kind of
But you can
starting.
get
It's
it from
already kind of.
somebody else. Like
Dude, I
that's
bought it
like the
on
best
Amazon.
case.
Yeah, but yeah, I give this out to all my friends. I give my starter out. I give them to Ricardo, everybody. And so you just literally need like the smallest amount. You kind of build from it, and it's freaking dude. It's like the craziest live organism that you just feed with water and flour, and you got to do a couple different things. Nothing too
Insane.
crazy, and it like just gets really agitated, and it's all of a sudden you like double the amount of flour and water you had in there. All of a sudden it like doubles because it's fermenting, and so that's what gives it that kind of the fermentation process that happens with the bread and your starter itself, and it tastes freaking delicious. It's just an alternative to using like a yeast and like an instant yeast, etc.
Yeah.
For it all. And dude, it's super good for you, good in protein, um, and it's super clean. Like the flour that I use is pretty clean, so there's no preservatives, anything like that. So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
it's delicious. I can't
That's
wait
insane
for
that you
lunch. I'll
haven't
crack
mentioned
into
this
that.
before because my wife and I are the biggest sourdough bread fans ever, and like we'll always try different sourdough from places. There's this one farmer's market that's close to us, and this lady she just sells sourdough at the farmer's market. It's like she doesn't even
That's pretty
have.
much the only bread I eat is sourdough because it's
It
freaking
is
delicious.
the especially when you get like a fresh like
Oh
loaf
yeah,
of sourdough. Oh my God, dude, there's like literally nothing better. It is the
yeah, no,
best.
for sure, dude. You should do it. It's not difficult to do. Like I am not scientific about it, and I still make shit. Like people get so anal about like measuring it to the perfect. Dude, I
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
eyeball everything. There are some things I do measure out when I'm doing the actual uh creation process of it all. But I'm like, if I'm off a couple grams, I'm not worried about it. Like, dude,
Yeah,
it's
we're gonna
fine.
have to give this a try because we've chatted with a couple friends and family about it and everything. And but
It
I feel
sounds
like some
super
people say
intimidating.
it's
You do it a
tough.
couple times. No, dude, you do it a couple times, you're good. It sounds intimidating. There's a lot of little steps and processes, but it's not rocket science at all.
All
Like
right, cool. I
it's
just got
way
the
more
confidence from you.
impressive. Like you're like, wow, look at this fresh
Yeah,
loaf of
yeah.
bread I made. People are like, oh my god, that's gotta be difficult. It's like, not really, dude. It's not bad at all. So just a little time and consistency with it. So
Dude, that's amazing.
anywho,
How long have you been making it for?
gosh, probably like a year, maybe a year and a half, maybe
Okay.
yeah, a year and a half or so, maybe 2 years. I'm not as consistent as I should be, which sucks because then I'm like, oh, I kind of want my own bread because then I buy other sourdough and it's like not as good.
It's
And
not as
it's like,
good. Yeah. I know.
yeah.
That's the
So
thing. Is like it's
if I
tough to
just
find a good
consistent with
one.
it, it's fine. It
Yeah.
doesn't take that much time um, for it
And
all.
it's just like much better than eating like regular bread. It's like a healthier
Oh, dude, like
alternative.
I've heard people that like have like gluten intolerance or they eat bread and they feel like shit. You have this type of sourdough, it's like, dude, you don't feel anything. Like you feel great.
The
So
whole probiotic stuff is like so fascinating and
yeah, dude, even all the preservatives that are not in it,
no
anything with
doubt.
flour, with glyphosate or who knows. Yeah. So
Seems like fermented vegetables is also having like a big moment right now in
yeah,
like the
yeah.
health space and everything. We'll
Yep.
do like we'll get like sauerkraut that we'll eat or like you could there's like pretty much any type of like veggie that is like fermented now at this point. Do like carrots from time to time, onions from time to time. Um, and it's really good. It's like a really good like
No, I
treat
love
that's
it too.
healthy.
I do. We have a thing of like or we don't have kimchi in there now. We have our word sauerkraut right now. But like, dude, just like add that on to just a little bit of your side of your dinner. It's a good acidic
Healthy.
taste too.
It's good shit.
It adds the acidity to whatever meal you're having too, which
The
is nice.
kimchi, I just couldn't get the I'm not the biggest kimchi fan. It's just not the tastiest.
Yeah, kimchi can be pretty crazy depending on how
That's a little
aggressive
tougher.
it is. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's so sick. I had no idea. But I wanted to, if we get into like the like marketing stuff here, I wanted to ask you about like the structured schema stuff
Yeah, yeah.
because it seems like this is one of like the biggest. Obviously, like right now, SEO hot topic is like AEO, Geo, AI search, optimizing for LLMs. Like that whole industry. And I know we talked about it plenty of times. Um, and now
Yep.
it's like a branding exercise that's going on right now. It seems like I've tested a couple different like geo tools at this point. Gumshoe is one of them. Like Bright Edge or SEMrush, they now have like LLM tracking and everything. And I've tested a couple different tools, and it seems like for like how to boost your geo score, it's like every single tool says like add schema. Like
Yeah.
if you have schema, even like um, any type of schema, FAQ schema, product schema, whatever, like that's great. LLMs love that. And like I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if anybody's ever released data to like verify it other than like, hey, this tool said our geo score got better after schema. So you posted an article, like what's your, as you have plenty of experience in this space, like what's your take on just schema in general here?
So, I mean, I guess if you go back, the history of schema was to give uh, crawlers, be it search engines or other data sources, like even like job posting websites, crawlers, um, structured uh, a data on a website in a structured format that would be consistently and easy to read. Right. So, for example, let's say you had a job posting section on your website, and you have a section for salary, where it's out, etc. And you're just kind of putting it in normal HTML. That's fine. But hey, another company might do it a little bit differently, right? They don't have the salary listed in the same way, etc. Um, Adding something that's structured or consistent via schema made it easier for crawlers to ingest that data and understand it. Um, Same thing for like locations or like reviews, right, on a website that can be put into schema as well. So it's like bringing like a consistent protocol for crawlers to better understand the content on the website. That's all schema ever was. It's just a protocol for consistency. You might do something a little bit different than me, Trevor, on your website about something. So let's maybe have some consistency between the two. So that's what schema is. Um, Now, and that was, dude. I don't when the hell was schema even like schema? I don't even know when it was actually a protocol, like when it was actually introduced. Let's see, when was it created? I don't know if like
Probably a while
that's
ago,
me.
because like schema.org looks like
So
it's from the
schema.org
90s.
was 2011
Wow, I would have guessed even
by
earlier.
Google, Yahoo, and Microsoft to create a unified schema for structured data on the web. It was developed to help search engines understand page content better, providing a singular vocabulary for webmasters to use. That's all it was.
So wait, so Google, Yahoo, and who?
Microsoft.
So they collaborated to release schema.
That's what the AI overview is telling me.
Interesting. And who
I
knows
have
if
to go
that's like
back.
real or
Yeah.
not. But
So initially developed in 2001, publicly released in July of 2008, and then yeah, I guess everybody else kind of jumped on. So that's all it was, to bring consistency so they could better understand it. This is
so
in
crawlers are
2011.
like, hey, if there's these sneakers sites, there's thousands of them. Structured schema could be a potential like
Yeah, like what's your product? Like
ease.
what's your product name, your
Exactly.
description, etc. Because everybody was kind of designing websites differently. Back then
Especially
there was
back
different.
then. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So um,
So did it
that's all. That's all it was. So things have changed in technology as far as even search engines or crawlers to understand content on a website. They
yeah.
can understand it regardless of how you format it.
So you're
If you do
like
something different, I do something different, they still understand.
they'll figure it
They
out
under,
either way.
they figure it out.
Yeah.
Before it was difficult.
So that's kind of your like premise here, or like your thought is like scheme is kind of irrelevant because they're going to scheme or no scheme on your site. Crawlers are sophisticated enough at this point in time. They're going to figure out the context and like the information on your site, scheme or no schema.
Yeah. So you can go ahead and still do it. And I'm not saying not to do it. If it's easy enough to implement, then implement it, because then it's just okay. It's very consistent of what you're trying to tell. If you didn't have it, they're probably going to figure it out.
So it's like a nice to
Uh,
have, basically, is what you're
it's a
saying.
nice to have, but definitely not a need to have. And so this kind of brings up the story that was launched today.
Hold on,
Google,
before you get to that,
yeah,
I was curious. Which is funny because like AI overviews is now like structured snippet, and I remember everybody like lost their mind when structured snippet was like a release on Google. Did Schema tie to structured snippets at all? Like in order to like get into a structured snippet, did you need to have Schema, or was that like not impacted by Schema? I don't know
I
if you
will
know
say that
that.
yeah, so there was some schemas that I know directly would impact. Maybe not the AI overviews, but there was like organizational information that
Yep,
you could do, and you'd have an as the same, and you'd have a link that could help populate your like knowledge graph card on the right hand side for your like your logos,
yep,
and like your social media profiles, for that back then. Now I haven't done a test to see if I did that, like if I had LinkedIn and Twitter off in the footer of my website, will they know that it's that and just collect it part of it? Probably, I would
yeah.
think,
Okay, all right, cool.
for it all. But the other ones, as far as not the AI overviews, but you're talking knowledge graphs.
Like the whole structured snippet thing, where it's like, hey, we don't have to go to the site anymore. The paragraph pulls
Not
into
necessarily
the search
based on
results
the
page.
content on the website.
Yeah,
It really
okay.
was like if like you didn't have to have it to be eligible. Is my point.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't know if
And
that was a Schema
so
thing or not.
yeah. So I mean, the story that was launched today, has gotten pretty big out there.
Could
Was
you just
that
screen share
Google?
real quick so we get
Yeah,
like show?
let me get it. Let me see what links I have, because, um, you know, let me get to something. Let me get the. I think it's search engine round. Not search engine. Yeah, I think search engine roundtable covered it. Just so people have some, so they're not thinking I'm just pulling shit out of my ass. Let me just go to their site and see. He might have actually put it on. What's the other one? Search Engine Land. Yeah, those guys. Engine Land. I think I saw the post on there. There we go. Phone page on Search Engine Land. Let me just get this shared out real quick. Screen. Do Here we go. So good old Barry. He does some reporting for Search Engine Land and his own Search Engine Roundtable. Published today on May 8th at 11:03 a.m. I'm assuming Eastern time, because that would be in the future for me. Google no longer supports FAQ rich results as of May 7th. This means we'll no longer see FAQ results in the Google search results going forward. Plus, Google Search Console will stop reporting on FAQ structured data. Okay,
Wait,
that's
so
what they're saying.
FAQ rich results will no longer show in search.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean?
So then sometimes you would show like you'd see like FAQs pop up on the bottom,
Yeah,
not necessarily like the questions that pop up like people also, but there was like FAQ sections that would pop on there. um and so that's just not going to be there anymore. You could see it even on your own website. You would be like underneath your website, there would be FAQs that would populate coming in. It was kind of cool because it would like increase your search, your listing a little bit larger. It's kind of like site links for ads. I guess that would be the analogy. It would kind
yep,
of appear underneath your website, specifically. um, and they're not supporting it anymore. And well, there's two things. They're not showing them in the search results anymore, and they're no longer going to be reporting or supporting the protocol within Google Search Console. Makes sense, because Google can understand shit now. Like they don't need to have it wrapped in there. Like, even like the small amount, like the reporting in Google Search Console, that's in there. It's like that takes data, that takes time, that takes some sort of server cost to do that. Like I don't know, maybe they're trying to like, hey, we could save a couple $1,000s, $100,000 a year by just not supporting this anymore. We already understand it. Let's not report on it for it all. So that's the item that was released, and so the kind of feedback I've been seeing out there, is like kind of like I told you so. Schema is not that important. Not that it's not important, but it's not like this holy grail for rankings. It's not necessarily required. And then that gets open the conversation for GEO. You show me documentation specifically from ChatGPT, or hell, let's say Google now. This is kind of it. That shows schema impacts results. I have never seen it. Please, someone share it with me from them. There have been studies, I've seen it both ways, of people saying, oh, yeah, this does help. I've seen others like, this is irrelevant. So my bottom line is like, if it's easily can be done, do it, but don't expect that it's going to be a game changer. That's all.
How would you even, and you could stop sharing. I think we got the gist of this one. How would you even measure that? Like, how would you even be able to measure I place schema on my site and then an LLM referred me in their results because of schema? Like they specifically looked at the schema in our HTML, and that's why we then appeared in that result. Or is it more directional? Hey, we like are getting more mentions in LLMs. We're seeing more referral traffic post implementing schema on our site.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of both. You could approach it both ways. I think the most common what people are saying now, it's directional. I'm doing a bunch of things. It's helping you. I still question on like, show me the data. It's helping me. Like I've seen more traffic to my website and leads because you've done this GEO. Show me that. I don't know how to report that.
Yeah.
There's ways to get some ideas, like maybe your direct traffic's increase in GA, your referral data has gone up, maybe you're looking at your server logs on there, but show me that direct connection. That's very, very difficult to do, if not impossible.
And I think that ties back to like what we've been chatting about. Is like it seems like a lot of stuff in Geo right now is just like more branding of people just getting attention on social for inbound, which like I totally get. But when it comes to like actually, I don't know, it just seems like the schema thing is just such a topic in Geo. Like this is how you win in Geo is like structured schema. Like that's you need it. And it's just real interesting because like when you actually talk it through, it's like how would you even know that that is like we talked about the whole Will Reynolds post that he made, I think like last podcast or maybe the previous one, but like the results in LLMs are changing all the time. Like sometimes they were just, showing the top 5 brands and then sometimes they're going to show 10. You might not have done anything to your client, but then once they switch from 5 to 10, they get more visibility. So like you're now like gaining visibility. Like there's like a
Yeah.
lot of like that slop and that nonsense in the space right now. And it seems like Scheme is one of those.
Yeah, so the thing is, schema. This conversation has been had in the SEO community for years. Like, and people try to sell it as a big hot point as their deliverable that they're doing, and you're not doing schema, so you're losing out on search traffic. It's not necessarily the case.
Do you guys do schema
Uh,
on your C42 site?
yeah, yeah. So when it's eligible, like we will definitely try to implement it as part of a checklist. But it's not like I'm hanging my hat. This is what's gonna like turn the corner on things.
You're not like taking over an account that's struggling or like on the roadmap. Hey, scheme is a critical item we need to get to
Yeah,
here.
it's gonna be in our tech audit. Like, cool, let's add it if you can. If you can't, all right, no big deal.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to add now because you can do so much stuff with ChatGPT and creating it. Before it was kind of a pain in the ass. You'd have like schema generators and stuff like that. So it's not difficult to do. And a lot of the out of the box products like Shopify, all of their stuff has got like the product schemas in it and protocols, but it's not like a game changer. I think what also is out there is like you can take things to like all SEO community and now the GEO community is part of it because it's half the SEO guys went to the GEO section. It's like they abuse the shit out of something, they hype it up, and then Google slaps it and says, "Nah, it's not going to work anymore,"
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
is just complete bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's just been what I've been living through the last 20 years in the SEO community. It's like there's a lot of noise and a lot of snake oil salesing. Like this is the best next thing here, but it's like okay, the reality is when the CEO or your other stakeholders are looking at stuff, I'm spending I don't know maybe 4 or 5 grand in GEO. What is that doing to me? If you have a way to track that and sell it, hey man, no shade as we say on this podcast, no shade on on the podcast. Dude, more to you. You figured out how to sell it and you know how to do it. I am just not comfortable being able to provide that as a service because I don't think you can actually show tangible results.
You know what? That also just made me think of that I think is kind of interesting. And I know we have maybe another topic or two to get to here,
Yeah.
but like show me the tangible results on like the geo side. Um, I don't I don't listen as consistently as I have in the past, but like All In podcast, I know we've referenced them a couple times. It's real
Yeah.
interesting because Chamath takes this stance that like he is yet to see AI have any incremental revenue in any business that he has invested in or in his company personally. And I kind of agree with that take. And like, I feel like that's pretty
I haven't heard
fascinating.
him say that. So not so just to clarify, he hasn't seen with because of the launch of AI any additional business coming from those channels.
Basically, his kind of like premise is like AI is very useful. And like his like the company that he runs right now, 8090, they basically try and like just it's like a development shop. Like if you need like a tool or a SaaS, like they could build it for you. So like they use AI to do all of that work and to code with AI and everything. But his point is like uh, like if you were a sneaker company before the internet comes along, e-commerce, massive explosion in your business. Like you could sell to people that you couldn't have sold to before.
Yep, yep,
But
yep. I
now,
get
if
your
you're that
point.
same exact sneaker company, like how is AI generating you more revenue?
Dude, I'm 100% on board with that because
And it's
it's
just not
just
that.
coming in. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, 100%. We're not getting any incremental gains. What's happening is that maybe there's some market change from someone that was going to search on Google. They go through Chat GPT, and it's not a lot. Like, I've seen a plateau the last 6 months or so in referral traffic from AI. Some brands have an increase, but some are just flat revenue, not like crazy increase. That it's like all of a sudden we see a flip, and I think that's I've talked about this a lot this week with a couple clients, but it's like I just don't think the adoption rate is there for ChatGPT or
no,
Perplexity for replacing search engines. And I really do think that Google's AI overview satiates that AI search experience for people.
no
Like
doubt
they
about
they
it.
they just fucking stopped it. They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
nah,
yeah.
we got this, bro. We're gonna take everybody that was using us already. They were behind for what, like maybe 6 months with ChatGPT, maybe 8 months, and they called the code red. We got to figure this shit out. They pushed they pushed the AI overviews, and it just fucking stopped the growth from a search experience.
No doubt
If
about
that
it.
didn't happen, if Google did not do that, people would absolutely be losing using ChatGPT and Claude to do research. People are using ChatGPT and Claude. There's a I would say it's probably 75% not research intent to go buy or get a lead or for a service. It's like informational or like work related,
No
like
doubt about it.
creating this or that or helping with coding. That's what AI is for itself. So I'm
Or
not too worried about it.
or like you're like a power user, like you're like day one AI, like I just I love it so much. Like this is the only way I search anymore. Like there's some people that do that stuff, but like, dude, for me, who have like we're going out to like a new restaurant or I'm gonna like, consider a software, but like I'm still gonna use Google for search. Like I just truly am. We talked about it before. If I'm gonna do
Yeah,
keyword
yeah,
research
for
or I'm
sure.
gonna like write ad copy or slide development or get feedback on slides, in 2018 I wouldn't have like uploaded my slide deck to Google. Like you just couldn't do that. So it's like a whole new use case. It's
Yeah,
totally different.
and ChatGPT and Perplexity are not super fast at getting like really good information up front on things. And so it's like if you want to search engines are kind of better at getting that data for you faster or independent platform like restaurants, etc. Because at the end of the day, I put a meme up on this is like AI, just reminders of just large statistical models producing plausible text based on patterns and data. It's just pattern matching. That's why it does
Yeah.
well with keyword research or
Yeah.
coding, etc. All right. So I gotta go switch out my bread. It'll be like 30 seconds. But what I think we can do is why don't you introduce what's going on with ChatGPT ads because this will dovetail into some ideas I think as far as getting visibility in data on demand on like what the fuck's going on behind the scenes there. So maybe do that. I'll be
True,
right
true.
back.
All right, cool.
All right,
All
I'll
right,
be
as
right back.
Steve goes to do his sourdough bread, let me just hide these bookmarks here. Let me hide these guys. So as we do a little solo pod here, let me share my screen. And as Steve alluded to, ChatGPT ads are here. So I'm sure, obviously, you probably know as a marketer at this point, ChatGPT's been, and OpenAI's been testing their ads platform. I forget exactly when, but basically at the start of this year. And now everybody can use the ads platform. This just kind of shows you like a little example, like the actual ad itself, um, and like what the sponsored images look like. Like I don't know too much down here, but yeah, they give you like a
Boom, I'm
little
back.
overview. Very quick there, Steve.
Told you.
But um, but yeah, as mentioned, like ChatGPT ads are they're live for the public here, and I know we've been having conversations with like some of our clients about testing the platform and using it, and I've heard and seen from some the actual like ads manager is like pretty basic, which like it's understandable.
There's a
Like they just
YouTube
built it
out
and launched
there
it.
that shows it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll
it's
be
pretty
interesting to
basic.
see.
Um,
So this kind of like I was mentioning, I was kind of teasing it before, but they got to give you impression data on your ad groups, right? And I don't know what that's going to give us from like a demand perspective. Like you're going to know how many people are actually searching this stuff. Because I think when you create the ads, it's like a prompt you put in of like describing what you're trying to sell or service and get in front of. So it's like, okay, and maybe you have a lot of different. So let's say I did it for myself, and I'm going to do like website design, and I'm probably going to split out the campaigns in like based on the 3 different niches that I'm going after, right? Um, I launch them. I would anticipate one niche is going to have more impressions than others. They have to give you impressions. I don't know if they're going to give you like a search term or prompt term report.
that's the
Probably
thing.
not because it's pretty
I don't
private.
know. Yeah, I don't know.
But you'll finally get firsthand data on like directionally if this is like the market, like how much is behind it,
Yeah.
between that, right?
So like
Um,
click an impression at like a theme level, like
Yeah, let's say you're trying
selling
to sell your paid
custom
search service,
whatever.
but you're going to do it by niche, right? And you've got
Yeah.
like healthcare and you got e-commerce and then you got local services, right? You put those all up into 3 different campaigns. You let it run. You're going to have different impression amounts based on demand. You'd
Yep.
have to see.
Yep.
So it's like our first time. Maybe we can harvest some of that data or intent. Maybe
So
I
we
would
could
start bidding on my brand purposely, just my brand.
just to
Like I want to know
see.
how many times what are searching for in
Yep.
there. But I don't know. We'll have to see as that matures. I would say they probably got some privacy issues of like releasing search terms, like Google is on bullshit when they hide their search terms because it's too specific. This is really specific when someone puts a prompt in where it's going
Yeah.
to be self-identifying, where they're going to have to limit it potentially, but maybe thematic that they could tell us what was going on, and then you'll know. That's why no fucking current ranking tool or tracker for AEO, GEO, it's all just like fake searches that are being done based on how you think someone might search,
Yeah.
not how people use
Yeah.
ChatGPT. So
Completely agreed with that. It's like very
yeah,
fluffy way to get some like data and build a business like software business. But I think that's like such a smart call because I think you could probably um like I think probably a bunch of queries in any LLM, you're probably getting like a handful of results, a couple different brands, and like the likelihood of you clicking on a link and then going out of an LLM directly to the site, like I rarely ever do that. Rarely ever do that. So I think to your point about like the impression piece, and I've obviously clicks, but impressions, it would give you a sense of like, is your brand getting mentioned? Or
yeah.
these topics actually
Or
getting
put your
searched around?
competitors in there. I don't know if you can do that, but like I don't know, like fuck, who says you can't bid on like your competitor kind of
Yeah.
esque? I don't know. We don't know what it's going to look like. The verification process, I guarantee, is going to be super slow. You have to verify your business. All you have to do right now is provide your like tax ID number as a business. That's all. So I still haven't got verified. I did this a couple days ago. I did open up a support ticket thread because there's like an email because I just wanted to see like does anybody answer, and it looks like it's support from overseas because I was asking, are you going to have like an MCC for agencies that we can log in and kind of collaborate through and do? They're like, no, we're going to have to do individual invites, etc. We might do something on MCC, but very broad. Like I don't know who the hell I'm talking to. And they were nice though on the back end of it. They were saying, yeah, once your clients get approval or have process or have trouble with verification, just let us know and we can might help. So I replied back to him just today. I'm like, hey, I'm still under verification. Can you help speed that up? We'll see if it comes
See what
back. But
happens there. Yeah.
yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna be a gold mine of new traffic for clients. I think there's so much buzz around it, but I just don't think the user adoption rate in ChatGPT is that high for free accounts. I just don't think so. I don't think there's that many users that it's going to be like dominating. I think it's going to be something more like a Bing channel, maybe a little better.
Yeah.
I think it could shine more in the B2B space Lead gen, like an alternative to LinkedIn. Uh, I think that could be pretty strong because people are doing research on there, and maybe that's better. But even on the B2B side, you got to think, right? If you're a heavy ChatGPT user in a business, you probably have a paid account.
No doubt about it.
Like, who the fuck doesn't like? Who, I feel like the non-paid ChatGPT account, it's like the casual user. Like my dad is kind of funny. Like he's like, I'm not paying for that. I just jump to a different LLM. Like I'll go to Grok once my credits are done for the day, and then I'll do something
Exactly.
else. He's kind of like agnostic. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
I know. I think that's that I could totally see that being a thing. And you also just got to think like even just building out an ads platform and perfecting like targeting and making it work, how sophisticated and tough that is to build that out. Like you got Meta who's been running those ads in their ads manager, even though the kind of sucks, but targeting is so good. You know, they've been doing that for over a decade and Google's been doing it for 2 decades now. Like there's a ton of infrastructure built out, bugs, teams, testing. Like it's, I don't know. I think to think that like targeting is going to be amazing day one or like early days. I don't know. That's a tough
So
premise.
yeah, for sure. I think it has potential, but here's the thing, right? Like Instagram and Meta do so well because it's a passive kind of ad, right? You have it in your stream, right? And you didn't know you needed that product, but you have shown interest in that product, right?
Yeah,
And that's how it does so well. Where like ChatGPT, there is no stream, you know, for an ad placement. It has to be after a prompt. So it's more of like a search ad, you know? And that's very different on how you can target. Like I guess maybe to illustrate that, like maybe on my searches, I've done a bunch of different things. Maybe I was searching for rucking sacks, and then I was searching about running shoes, and then I was searching about I was doing some ad copy or something on there, etc. Uh, but let's say like that person, like the rucking company is never going to be able to give me an ad if I'm not doing any searches on rucking. It has to be specifically that. Where like on Instagram or Meta, if you've shown any interest in that, you can passively show that user back that interest.
no
You
doubt
know,
about it. Yeah,
like that's what's really strong about that algorithm that they tested. So it's like you have to raise your hand on what you want your ad to be in Chat GPT and search.
I will say like to steel man that and to give it like the positive take. I think there's probably some instances where, and I don't know if this is going to be included in their targeting and like this is capable on their end, but if you have memory from somebody's search history in ChatGPT and like a bunch of different shit about them, like if somebody's uploading like their finances to be like, hey, like where can I like cut spending or
Shit.
invest better, or
Yeah.
hey, this is my current
That could be
job,
crazy.
and you
Yeah.
know what my job is, you know my spending habits, like you know the job title I have, like you review a lot of like my documents to help me write copy, like you know the point of my career I'm at, like those types of things. Like if you could really get all, and that those are just like random examples, but if you can
Yeah,
get
but
like
there you go.
all of those like different touch points to really know like a persona and who you are, if you have a software or something like that, you'd be like, hey, this person's perfect for this right now. This is the ad that we're going to show them or whatever. I think understanding like the context there and like the intent, I think could be a little bit further because sometimes like, Google has, profiles that they build up on you over time, but like the detailed information that you're sharing with Google isn't what it is for an LLM. So if they could perfect that, that could be a really like really, really good powerful
Yeah.
channel.
I would just think though, I go back to like the user that's sharing that much data is on a paid
Is
account.
probably on the paid. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
fair.
You know? And it's like shit. I
Brian
don't know.
Chesky, I think that's how you pronounce his name. The founder of Airbnb. He, really smart guy. Really like he's a good like listen on podcast. And he went on invest like the best or invest with the best. Patrick O'Shaughnessy's podcast. Awesome interviewer. And Chesky made the point. He's like, dude, all of like the LLM and AI stuff at this point, it's all enterprise. Like it's all enterprise focused apps. It's everything for business. Like there's not, he said since AI has released, like there's not been a single phone app that's changed. Like all my apps are exactly the same. There's nothing that's actual like consumer focused right now. And I'm curious to see how that plays out because like a lot of it has been enterprise focused and like business focused. And I think to your point, like the main kind of power users, they're all going to be on those paid plans and they're not going to be getting those ads anyway.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, so we'll get access. We'll see what
Yeah, I
happens.
guess more to
Like
come there. And
everybody
I think
else.
like they're
Yeah.
going to make a boatload of money off the start here because everybody's just like so, you know, gung ho on the platform and wanting to test it and
Hmm.
everything, which like I totally get. Um,
Yeah.
but long term, how that pans out, it's going to be interesting. And it's also going to be interesting too to be like the free version of Perplexity or of Claude or Gemini or anything. Like, do they all not ever show ads in them? And then like that's a differentiating factor that either hurts or helps OpenAI and ChatGPT. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. I wonder is Grok. I wonder. So is Grok crossing over? Because it's kind of going back to this crossover of data information. Um, is Grok ingesting people's data and then using that on X ads? You know
Who
what I'm saying?
knows?
Like, if, like
To inform the
that could make
targeting, though,
that could make X even a better platform to target because I mean it's a social media platform, right? For it all.
well,
Um,
apparently that was the Andromeda update with Meta's targeting, and like that was a big component like to their update. I just don't know like the granular level of like like what they can get, but I think that's the premise a lot of people that I've heard of like AI ingested into ad targeting and how that could really improve ad targeting in general. So I don't know if
yeah,
Grok does that specifically, but I would assume like at some point it
it
does.
makes me think about X a bit more for B2B clients. Um, I've never done any, um, at least not in a long time.
It's also funny because it's like thinking about like B2B for X and like that just made me think of LinkedIn. Dude, it's just the absolute not like that is I don't like the platform is just like it's just like utter nonsense anymore.
I
It's like
don't think
not I can't
I,
even go on it. I don't even I don't know
that's what I'm
who
thinking,
actually
Trevor.
uses LinkedIn anymore.
I don't know either. I know a lot of people with egos do, but that's not who I necessarily need to go for.
Yeah, like you're trying to build a following and posting on
Yeah,
LinkedIn, like
dude, I
I
put a
get
meme
it.
the other day. I do it once in a while. I was like, it's the picture of it was from Narcos. The three pictures of the guy waiting, right? He's got he's on the chair, he's sitting at the desk, and he's sitting in the pool, and he's like just waiting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just said it was like me waiting for a legit LinkedIn network request. When's the last time you got actually a real one?
I know.
It's,
I
it's
know.
such spam. So I'm dude, maybe we do need to explore, and I got a couple clients in mind that might be open to it. If LinkedIn, maybe we do try X. I just don't know if the inventory is there, that person is there. It just
Yeah.
seems like a way more of a vibrant, interactive community, you know, rather than LinkedIn that's always got an agenda of like, I'm trying to sell you something.
It's
Pay
just like
attention to me and I'm gonna
nonsense.
sell you something eventually, you know?
It is like the
Uh
most templatized platform ever. Like I'll check it maybe like once a week and I'll scroll for 2 minutes just to see is there any updates in my network that's like cool. Like did somebody launch a business or like whatever.
yeah.
Maybe something is like interesting just to check out for a second or two, but it's just the same.
It just seems like it's a replacement for resumes, and it's like how much clout you can kind of push yourself out there to make you look cool. So when someone does hire you, you get a job or something, like you're going to go sell
Yeah.
something. That's your reference. As a B2B lead gen channel, I'm not 100% sure, man. We do definitely have clients that are, mutual clients that are working that. There's a buttload of people trying to work on LinkedIn. I, I I'm still a little skeptical that maybe X might be a better place for those dollars to try to explore because maybe it's a
I think
different
that's
type of
valid.
feel. I think we
Yeah.
should try, man. Like,
I'm down.
because those
I think that's
B2B leads are really hard to find on a social side. I mean, Meta and Instagram could be a spot, but it's like that targeting is really tough because it's like you're catching them at home. Like, I don't want to be looking at, I'm not in business mode right now,
yeah.
Like, why am I getting that in front of my face?
Yeah.
That I think is always the challenge, Huh. Got to kind of uncover that. I mean, search is always directionally the best on
No
things
doubt
like this
about it.
where ChatGPT will help going back to that, but they probably are fucking logged in. So it's kind of a weird one to try to find those users.
Um, dude, I think this was a good one. I feel like we covered it a bunch. You got any like fitness stuff? Anything that you've done differently, or anything like worth mentioning there?
Necessarily. I've been sick the last couple of weeks, so kind of just recovering. It's been like a chest cold stuff, so it Hasn't been fantastic the last couple of months, but or last couple of weeks. Uh, no, nothing too exciting. Still just
No.
trying to keep the routine up.
Are you a
What
sauna
about
guy
you?
at all?
I would be if I had access to one.
Yeah.
I
I'm
just
sure
don't
you
have
got a
access to
gym
one.
in your general area that has one. You
So
got
there
to.
is going to be like a, I don't know, like a Planet Fitness opening up literally like a half mile away. And if they have a sauna, I will probably buy just a get a that
They're
get
not
a
sauna. They're not a sauna gym. Planet Fitness, PFit, they never carry the saunas. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do that.
eh. There's like a Y down that way, but other than that, gym wise, it's weird. There's not like a lot of big super gyms out here that carry that kind of stuff. It's more like small, like personal trainer type stuff around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so interesting.
yeah. I don't know. You gonna get a home sauna?
I'm considering doing it at some point here, but my gym has a really good one, and I got my parents into it, and it's just like one of those topics that like keep popping up, and it's just like so good, and it's like such a game changer
It seems
for
like it's gotten more not popularity, but more health benefits based on studies than cold plunging.
no doubt. It's not even
I've
close.
heard. That's what I've heard.
I've heard cold plunge is kind of bullshit. It's more for like the mood, and it's more like I've done cold plunge before, and I could definitely attest. Like my gym also has one, which is like it's really like reason why I go, and definitely going to attest. Like if you do it, you definitely get like a burst of energy and like it's similar to like a runner's high. Like you get like a energy that like sustains after, and you get like a happy kind of feel. It's like a mood boosting thing. But I've heard when it comes to like muscle recovery and everything, like it's bullshit, and it's like actually can like do more damage than good for your body. Like there's people that have like strokes in there and like heart damage because it's like so cold and like can actually do damage. So I try like not to do cold plunges because of that, honestly. But sauna
Interesting.
is like the total opposite. Like it's 100% verified the health statistics and benefits that it has for everybody. I just thought of that because I saw like the Don't Die guy, Brian Johnson,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
health
yeah.
dude who like measures everything. He tweeted out, which I thought was really cool and interesting. He's like he definitely does some like tweets and stuff to be like
Dude, I
a
think I
little
know
like
what the other little crazy, little
yeah, well,
risque.
like yeah, like he does like the erectile like
Oh yeah,
erection measurements and like penis blood
yeah,
flow to kind of
yeah,
like get some like clout, which I'm like, dude, you're like you definitely know social. He said he tweeted yesterday, I have in all caps and like red alerts, like I have no microplastics in my balls. So like immediately like catching people's attentions. And then he basically just went on to like he's been like measuring microplastics. He said I had 165 microplastic particles in my semen just 18 months ago. Now I have zero. And then he just went through um like how he like measures this, like how it's bad, etc. And he said my protocol, the number one thing that helped me was sauna. Um
yeah.
and how that helps um like reduce BPA, phthalates, PFAs, etc. Uh whatever he but essentially like that was like a big component to that. It's like that was top of mind. So I didn't know if you were a sauna guy or not, but I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, I'd like to be. I aspire to be. It just comes down to
Maybe a
yeah.
little
If I could
home
put one in my
project for you
house,
in
yeah,
the coming years here
that
is get a little home sauna.
yeah, that'd be fantastic.
It is amazing.
I feel better when like I run because just the amount of sweat that I put out, like or at least cardio, because like I sweat a ridiculous amount, but I always feel way better. But if you're
Same.
doing it with the heat too, it's like you're just sitting there, you're like, oh
All right, dude, you're getting
yeah,
it. That's good shit.
rad, cool man.
All right, you want to call it
It's a good
there?
pod. Yeah, let's
This was
do
a
it.
good one.
Let's call it.
All
Yeah.
right, so schema is nonsense is the takeaway for this one.
If you got the time to do it, it's okay to do it, but don't over stress about it.
All right, cool. We'll call it there. Thanks, y'all. Peace.